Okay, in this video, we just do 3 different examples just to get used to using building pivot tables. We've done this one, and again, you can always start over. In fact, let's do that. Let's start a new one. I'm going to go do another pivot table, and I'm going to use the data model, and I'm going to put it in a new worksheet. Again, you have complete choice on where you put things. This is what we have up here, and let's answer the question, what is the average number of purchases for each store? So it's the average number of purchases for each store. So I'm going to bring in my 1997 because that's where we're living. I'm going to bring this in, and I'm going to actually change this from a sum to average. And just like that, I now know that the average number of purchases, or items per purchase, excuse me, is 3. Now I just want to cut this by store. So I'm going to look up the store, and I'm going to use the store ID. You can do that. There's 24 of them, or there's this many of them. And there you have, this is, and you might want to show this as just 1 decimal place or 2, like that. And if you wanted to get more information, you might want to get the store name or the store state and do something like this. And it tells you, because this store's in Washington, this store's in Washington, you could do California, you could just do it by state if you wanted to do that. You have your 3, in this case there's only 3 states. You could look at this. So a lot of different ways on how, based on what the data that you have. So that's that one. What brand has the most purchases? Well, this is product information. So let's go back, and in this time, instead of starting a new one, let's just grab this, and I'm going to do a mover copy. I'm going to create a copy of this entire worksheet. And what it's done, it's duplicated this pivot now. We have this one. Now we've got this one. I'm going to go over here and let's go to the product lookup. Let's pull this one out. And let's look at, the question was brand. Which brand? Well, let's pull in a brand information, product brand. There's all the different brands. And what we're looking for are the most purchases, So I'm not going to do average. I'm just going to do sum. And then we'll sort this from big to small. So it looks like the thing that is made from a quantity purchase, Hermanos is the most purchases, and you can scroll it all the way down to Toretti is the least amount. Okay, and again, you could certainly put any graph you wanted on this thing that's available. That's maybe a kind of a nice one there. It's a little too big, don't fit all the names, but if you made it big enough, you probably could. Okay, let's go do this again. Let's do the last question. Which month? So this one is where we're going to cut this by time. So I'm just going to use this one again. You could copy this, create a copy, move it to the end. And now we're going to do this by calendar lookup. So I'm going to bring in date. And remember what Excel does. It really likes to throw in the month on top of this, which is awesome. It's awesome. And then we can do this value field settings and do the sum or the count. This is the total number of purchases, or the total items purchased, like this. Or you could, if I can't remember what it was, we're just looking at the number of purchase, so it would be a count. And if I wanted to plot that, it looks like December is when we have the most purchases. So there's some examples. Now, right now, we're limited by what we can do. We're really just focusing on what we have over in the transaction table, which is just quantity of items. So right now, what we're focusing on is just this number, the quantity, Well, we have some more information. We've got retail price, we've got purchase. So what I'm going to do in the next series is we're going to start writing formulas and adding a little bit more information so that we can start figuring out revenues and our cost of goods sold, those type of things from this data. But we'll do that next week. Thanks.